Hey, what up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Mike.
And Tyler, and this More League football video is brought to you by the fine folks down at Naples Rib Company, and all of our football coverage this year is sponsored by Wowo Moy Jr. and Tyson Ruffins. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Last scheduled game for Long Beach Poly at historic Veterans Memorial Stadium. They're home since 1950. Very grateful to those World War II soldiers from Poly and Wilson who requested that the city build this stadium in honor of their friends who served in World War II.
A lot of great games here, and a lot of Dr. Pepper has been sold because of this stadium and senior night. And Mike, we are so turnt for senior night as they're taking on Compton. Look at Jaden Hernandez.
Yeah, rolling deep, Tyler. 50 deep, but it ain't deep enough. This could be really the last ever More League football game between Poly and Compton. Again, a 50-plus years of history there, but Compton departing for the Hub City League next year. So a lot of history on the line tonight. Both teams wanted to make a good impression here. Legend Galae would get it started quickly as he hits Tristan Ventura, his ace, for a touchdown to put Poly up 7-0. Meanwhile, Kevin Alexander for the Jackrabbits, part of a fortified defensive front, trying to get in shape before the playoffs.
Taj Bordeaux and a group of Jackrabbits get in there for the sack. Bordeaux has been a valuable member of this team when he's been healthy out on the field. Kamari Smith going back for a punt return here, and as he returns this, dances his way through the Compton coverage team. He's going to get down around the 5-yard line, so a net 3-yard punt, and Poly obviously on the doorstep.
But Ventura can't punch it in, and they're going to try a speed option to Smith, and Compton's defense with a huge stop here will force a turnover on downs and keep this as a one-score game. Meanwhile, that Poly defense still in control on the other side as Harold Johnson and Deion Jackson come up with a big sack right there.
And this time, Kamari Smith going to have another opportunity at the punt, and, you know, he's going to have an opportunity to get loose on this one. It is the Maury show, and he is the father of this punt return touchdown. Not his last touchdown of the game, and a quality celly for the Jackrabbits. Both teams getting a chance to get their cellies off tonight.
For sure. Meanwhile, Compton still moving downfield. Leighton Washington to Jerome Norwood. And then the direct snap to Edward Rivera right here as he's plowing forward for Compton. Normally we like to see that Compton is fighting, but they're not just fighting, they're moving the ball. And Washington not able to get this one going here. So what down is it, Coach Waddles?
Looks like he's saying fourth here, Mike.
So 4th and goal. You can see Deion Jackson tracking Washington, and he's going to haul in that pick. A really nice play by the Cal commit. But I want you to kind of just track Compton's growth and improvement within this game against Poly, because we've certainly seen plenty of Poly Compton games where it just kind of went this way for the whole game. Now it's Stephen Buddha Hunter scrambling out of the end zone, going the other direction for the Jackrabbits. Obviously, he's such a good, speedy back, that sophomore, always picking up big yardage. And then on Halloween Eve, Poly caught the Coley Ghost.
Hallows Eve, and Jaden Coley is in for the score to make it 21-0 Jackrabbits. He's an apparition back there, so it's obviously hard to see him turning that end zone into a haunted house as the Jackrabbits continue to have fun out there and celebrate what could be their last game at Vets.
Absolutely, but defense still continuing to play well. The Paisano, Toa Cagnolati with the sack of Washington right there. And again, it felt really like Poly was in control of this and maybe cruising for a big blowout. Hunter, speed is strength if you're fast enough, and that's going to make it 28-0 Poly with 2 minutes to half. Kind of felt like Compton got the ball back and was looking to, if not run it out, they were happy with going to halftime. But not after this play. Washington to Micah Hawkins, and this is one of those moments that can spark a sideline, and that's exactly what happened. A big gain for Compton, and then Washington looks for Edward Rivera and hits him for the touchdown to put Compton on the board here late in the first half.
Yeah, you wonder what this Compton team could have been with those guys on the roster and on the field all season, but we're seeing the potential that this team really had as they were flinging the pill all over the place and getting on the scoreboard, but Poly was not done, Mike.
Yeah, the last play here of the half, Galai is going to flip it to Smith, and Smith is going to turn this into a classic Long Beach Poly Veterans Memorial Stadium touchdown. We've seen so many of these over the decades. 55 yards, breaks 7 or 8 tackles. Incredible play by Uno. He said he told the other receivers before that play, just block for me. I'm going to do something crazy. Sure enough, he did. They say, hey, you got to get on the headset. There's some coaches want to congratulate you on that one. That was pretty crazy. Yeah. Jackrabbits up 35-6 at halftime.
Yeah, if you're going to wear number 1 for Poly, you got to have that type of motion. I think it's like required. And then out here starting the second half, Kingston Pierre. Hey, Pierre, you want to come out here? As he gets the interception, and the juice is already flowing for the green and gold in that second half as the defense sets the tone early.
But the Compton defense sets the tone as well. Rivera here with the tip drill to Tasai Parker, and they're going to take it away. So the two teams trading interceptions to start the second half.
Compton has no interest in quitting on this game as they continue to fling that thing around. Washington to Rivera for a big gain. And then, look at this dime to Rivera again. That's perfect coverage, but it's dropped in the bucket, and the Babes are moving.
This is not your older brother, your uncle, or your dad, or your grandfather's Compton offense, okay? Especially not with Washington throwing it. He's going to take it in himself this time to cut the lead to 35-14 after they get the 2-point conversion. But, man, this is a new-look Compton offense, and it looks good. Meanwhile, for Poly, Hunter hunting an answer, and he will deliver a big gain there, and then makes two guys miss. Nice, shifty inside-out moves for Hunter as he's going to take it in for the score and regrow that Poly lead out to 42-14.
Yeah, dear Hunter, this ain't a game, and he is a speedster for sure. A lot of fun to watch as he's come on late in the season. Then that connection for Compton again, Washington to Rivera. He's trying to get that Kamari highlight, but, not able to get it. But, hey, you'll never get there unless you try.
Absolutely.
So you got to get the dancing shoes on.
For Poly with the ball back, Hunter with the big gain coming back at you, going the other direction. And then Deuce Jefferson, his first action since being injured against Mission Viejo, he's going to find Kymir Smith, and that will be a touchdown to put Poly up 49-14 early in the fourth quarter. That is going to start the clock running, which it would do for the rest of the game. And great to see Jefferson back after injury. Obviously a pretty key loss for Poly over the last couple of weeks, but good to see him back on the field here on senior night.
Poly's defensive line continues to get in there as they collect the sack right here on Washington, trying to improve their late game conditioning going into the playoffs. But Washington's fearless, takes the hit, but finds Micah Hawkins. Season 5 of Stranger Things is coming back soon, and he was playing inspired, Mike. He must have watched the trailer this morning.
I mean, that catch, he could have had that catch upside down. Then Washington to Ronnie Mixon, that's going to cut the Poly lead to 49-22. As you have to really salute this Compton offense and the way they answered back in this game. For Poly, Jefferson's going to find Jaden Coley. He's always fighting for extra yards downfield. That gets Poly inside the red zone.
That's his thing.
This Coley just continuing to find me that got inside the 10. Then Jefferson would get it to Jaden Hernandez, who's going to get him to the goal line. Hernandez, such a valuable two-way player for the Jackrabbits this season. Did not get any action as a punter tonight, so he didn't get the three-way player. But Jefferson will run in the final score of the night to give Poly a 55-22 win over Compton. Playoff brackets will drop on Sunday for Poly, as well as more league champion Wilson and third place Lakewood. Compton, one of the teams hoping for an at-large, but to find out what happens in the playoffs, you got to keep it right here at the 562.